the new WBO 147-pound world champion, Brian Norman Jr., man, he in the building. My man in the building. Let me turn this music down in the background. Man, how you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm on top of the world right now. That's all I know.
How has life changed, man, since you I know you the same, but how has life around you changed, since you became the WBO champion?
To be real, just about the same. I ain't gonna hold you. Everybody around me still the same people, things of that nature. So for the most part, everything's still the same. I'm not gonna lie to you. So um, most people, I guess when you say you quote unquote make it, uh, it's a mental thing. They get a whole head change or whatever. So that's why it feel a whole lot different. But with me, I've been the champion since forever. So it's just another day for me.
Yeah, yeah. Now, man, so the introduction 26 and 0, 20
Mhm.
KOs for people that don't know. And like we said, man, you just won the WBO strap. That was basically you and Giovanni Santinelli, y'all was fighting for the vacant title that Terrence
Mhm.
Crawford dropped because he moved up in weight. And
Yeah.
yeah, man, and we definitely gonna get into that, man. And since you became champion, man, I want to ask you: have you been having people like hitting you up that you ain't never heard from before, and all of that?
Definitely, and I have been annoying a lot of people as well because we don't play them games over here. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
We
right,
we know where you was at, which was not over here. So yeah, you can stay over there. We ain't tripping
right,
on all of that.
right. And that's what I meant by, like, things changing, because when you become the champion, then you got everybody coming at you from all
Hmm.
type of direction, and it's just beginning. It's just
Yeah.
beginning. Uh, for the people that don't know, man, tell them how old you are, and just let's get into, man, how long you been fighting.
I'm 23 years old now. I started training at 7 years old. Watching my dad and all of that. So I've been in the game for a smooth little minute. Turned pro at 17 out there in Mexico. So I'm loving it so far. I ain't gonna hold you on that. Everything I'm doing everything early, and being a champion, I'm doing that early as well. So I love it.
And you still learning, man. What's the most that you learned, like, since going to top rank, and having to fight higher level competition? What's the difference between that and fighting, kind of like in the house shows and, different things like that you were fighting before, the smaller
Um,
cards?
I would say patience and taking your time, cause like, in the first few top rank fights, really my whole first half of my career, I was just rushing everything. You want it too bad, if you get what I'm saying. Sometimes it's good to want it, but wanting it too bad, too much anything is a bad thing. So I wanted it too bad. I got this whole thing about me being the knockout artist and things of that nature. So I was trying to live up to that, but not by letting it come to me, but forcing it. So have patience or whatever. Um, like I said, taking your time and just seeing the punches, seeing the shots. Know what you're doing, and not just going out here trying to force anything. Just let everything flow. Be yourself. Be natural.
Okay, okay. So, like I said, man, you got what, 3 fights on top rank right now, right? So far
Oh, I got. Hold up. One, two. I got five, I believe. Yeah, five.
already, man, that was
Yeah,
quick.
yeah. I got five on.
Thing that I tell all the up and coming fighters when we talk about, just different promotional companies. I said, man, you up and coming, and you kind of like, a contender, or you just becoming a champion. I think that top rank is great for fighters, because one thing that's very important is to stay active,
Big
especially when
time.
you're young.
Yeah.
And,
So
and,
actually,
and
that's real quick. That's the main thing I miss about amateur boxing. It was how often we was out here fighting. Once again, at the end of the day, I joined boxing not for money, not for the fame or anything like that. I joined because I like throwing them hands. I like squabbling it out. That's plain and simple. So, like I said, I just fought 5 times with top rank already. I want to keep that ball rolling. I don't care if I got the belt. I still want to stay active.
right, right. So, man, let's get into what's been going on with you since you was over there at Top Rank. Okay, so we just gonna go back to the Quentin Randall fight, right? You fought Quentin Randall. To me, you won that fight easily. Like it wasn't that competitive. That wasn't a really competitive fight. Went the distance. Then you came and I can't remember what was the opponent you fought because you suffered a cut.
Janelson Boca Chica.
Okay. You fought him. You suffered a cut. I believe it was ended in like what, the third round?
Yeah, right at the end.
Yeah. Okay. End of the third round. So that's pretty much a no contest, right? And now you start hearing talks of, oh, he's not that. You know how boxing is. He's not that good. He's a bust. And so hearing all of that, right? And knowing what type of fighter that you are, like what's going through your mind, because it's a whole different age. I'm in my 40s. So growing up watching boxing and being in it, like we didn't have social media. Couldn't know just anybody just come on and just bash fighters. And, they didn't have to deal with that. The fighters of the, past. Now y'all got to deal with that. You getting the taste of that, what was going through, your mind?
That's actually what I needed the most. So not only did I get cut in that Janelson fight, but I also got dropped for the first time in my whole life. Like real deal drop. I never been dropped in sparring or anything like that. So it was a wake up call. Like you just said, the people, that fight, everything was a big wake up on. Boy, you're playing with your money right now. Act like you got some sense. So it was that aspect of it. Well, that's what I learned from the knockdown. But regarding the fans, what I realized is they don't care about you. Actually, before I fought Geo and stuff like that, you seen Devin Haney fight. Now let's go back to Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis. After that fight, I don't know if you remember, everybody was saying he can beat Tank. Tank scared of him and things of that nature. If you do remember that, but right after the Ryan Garcia fight, now he is the worst boxer to ever live, and just that fast after one fight. Now look at my fight. I just got dropped there. Everybody saying I'm the worst fighter ever as well. I just did what I did with Giovanni. You see what he did to Alexis Rocha. So now I'm a good guy. You get what I'm saying? So I look at it. People don't really care about you for real. So I don't really pay attention to what the people say. I'm out here to get mine. You feel me? They don't care about you anyway. They don't care about how I feel. But at the same time, they're not supposed to care. That's not their job. Their job is to sit here and watch me on their TV and do my thing. So if I sit here and care about what they talk about, it's gonna mess up what they see on TV. So I just say, forget what they talking about. I just gonna go and get mine, get my W, get my belt. Hopefully a knockout. You know what I'm saying? Go back to the crib.
Right, man. You couldn't have said it no better, man. That's exactly how it is, man. One day they love you, the next day they hate you. It's all type of narratives running around on social media. Then the next day they love you again. So yeah, man, I couldn't agree no more.
Real quick. I got the biggest one of them all, Ali. Now, of course, now everybody love the breaks out of Ali. He is the god of boxing pretty much. But let's take it back when he was fighting. Boy, they used to hate the breaks off of that man. He was the devil pretty much back then. So no matter what, these folks don't care about you. But at the same time, that don't matter. Ali still did his thing. You know what I'm saying? He had to show y'all why he the greatest. And guess what? He still showed y'all love. That's why we all love Ali. Y'all, even though y'all clowning him trying to say he done everything that he came back and gave y'all another one and another one and another one, and then shook your hand afterwards.
You man, I'm gonna give you another one. One it ain't recent, but it's more recent than Ali. Roy Jones Jr. Before we get into that, man, Mark Nash, he say salute from the ATL. What's good with it, Mark?
That's my boy, sir. Mark. Yeah.
Yes, sir, man. I'm gonna get Roy Jones, right? Roy Jones, that was my favorite fighter growing up, as you can see, But man, Roy Jones used to get dogged and trashed in the media. They hated him. They hated Roy Jones. Now, they try to pretend like that didn't happen, right? Mm-hmm. They was talking about at one point, and I remember this like it was yesterday, right? I remember HBO was vilifying him as a fighter that was ducking. They was talking about he was ducking like them other UK fighters that was over there, right? They was talking about that he was a boring fighter, that he didn't take chances. This is all
he ain't no boring fighter.
Exactly. This is all the things that they were saying about Roy Jones. And what really made me, because I always remember how they used to dog him out, right? But what really made me remember is I went to probably about a year ago, right? I was just watching a lot of his old stuff on HBO, and I'm listening to the commentary. And what's the older dude that Floyd Mayweather got on?
Jim Lampley.
No, not Jim Lampley, the other one, the older one. Because Jim,
I know you talk Larry Merchant.
Larry Merchant, I think.
Yeah.
Man, they was talking about Roy Jones so bad, and that just lets you know, man. In order to be
ain't
great,
got no love.
Yeah, but another thing is when you look at it, man, all of the greats had to go through that. All of the great fighters, you're gonna go through that, you know. So that's just pretty much what I took out of it, right?
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about, man, your last fight, right? Giovanni Santinelli, right, man?
Santillia.
How you say that?
I think it's actually Santillan, to be real with you.
Okay, that's easier for me to say anyway. Let's just say Giovanni Santillan. Don't have to mess up the man's name. He had been, built to be the champion. Like they were building him up to be the champion. I believe he was 32-0.
Yeah.
At the point in time, 31 or 32-0. They was building him to become a main attraction on Top Rank.
Yeah.
When I seen the odds, dog, right? When I seen the odds, I said they got this man a 6-1 favorite over Brian Norman. A 6-1 favorite. No, I love it.
I love it.
Yeah, you know I had to hop on that. 6-1 favorite. But then going into the fight, right? Listening to the build-up and the commentary. And this is my thing at Top Rank, man. Put on great fights, great promotional company. But that commentary over there, a lot of times, man, with Tim Bradley and the rest of them dudes, one thing I noticed, if they have a fighter that in their mind is supposed to win or they bring it in there to win, and the fight don't play out like that, they still try to commentate the fight like it's playing out like they wanted it to play out. And I saw that in your fight. And I'm like, Brian is beating the shit out this dude. What is they talking about?
Hey, look, forget no folk, but I don't care what they talking about. Well, like I said before, I'm out here to get mine. They don't control what goes on in the ring. I do. My opponent don't even control nothing. I control him. That's how I go about my business.
Yeah, exactly. But going back to they had the odds against you. What did you think like when you seen that? Like, 'cause I know you probably don't gamble. A lot of people gamble. You probably don't gamble, but I'm pretty sure you seen how big of an underdog that they had you against this guy. What did you, first of all, what did you think when you did your film study on him? How did you see the fight playing out, and then seeing that you was a huge underdog?
I'm gonna go with the underdog part first. So, I seen the whole setup off rip. I told you I had got the cut, and then I had got dropped. 2 weeks later, they hit me up about that fight. Now, if you remember in that fight, we was in his city. What I just told you, I ain't really had no recovery time from the last fight for real. But I'm in his city. That they been building him up like you just said. He just did his thing with Rocha. I just had me a little bad performance. I'm real with myself. It was trash. I had my little bad performance and things of that nature. I don't know how the game go. I'm the underdog and stuff like that. Thank you. Thank you. This is all I need. This is what I do. This is my playground. I love going to enemy territory and taking with everything you got. So I love every last bit of it for real. So now when I watch a tape on him, I'm saying, so this is y'all guy. This is who y'all think for to beat me. His whole style is trying to outwork you, outman you, and outdog you. First thing first, but you not finna do that with me. You know what I'm saying? So coming into the fight, I knew for a fact Buddy couldn't rock with me, plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't tripping on nothing the whole training camp, but I knew I had dude.
So it was just basically the style, his style against your style. He wasn't finna go in there and outdog you. And that's exactly what he tried to do. That's exactly what he tried to
And I
do.
was, I was bouncing out that rope, catching it with everything. You know what I'm saying? Bouncing out the rope, catching with this. Rolling on the punch, catching with the uppercut. You know what I'm saying? So I studied this man too much. He didn't have nothing for me.
Man. And once again, man, hell of a performance.
Yeah.
You know, you shocked the world for the people that didn't know about you. Because, like I
Yeah.
said, you know how they built him up, and you was basically brought in there as an opponent.
I was
You
supposed to
know,
lose.
yeah, that's what they brought you in there as an opponent for him to showcase his talents. And man, you upset all of that. Now
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, man, I lost my voice hollering at the TV that night.
yeah.
I couldn't. I remember I tried to go on and do a live stream 2 days after that, and everybody was like, "Man, what's wrong with your voice?" I was hollering at the TV.
Yeah.
So man, that was like for me watching that, knowing where you came from, knowing the odds that was put against you, man, that was just great to watch. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying?
appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man, that was great to watch. Now after that, right, a little while after that, right, I seen your pops and salute the senior man. I seen him getting into it with Tim Bradley. He approached Tim Bradley, and we
Hold
seen.
up, hold up. Let me correct that.
Okay,
Tim
what?
approached us. Tim approached us. We was over there chilling. We was over there chilling in Park Lane. We was at the weigh-in for that Xander fight. So you was over there chilling.
Yeah.
Tim came over there. I just want to clarify that real quick. So we ain't start nothing, but he did.
And so what happened? He approached y'all. You know, we couldn't really hear what was going on. It was a little back and forth. So what was that about for the people that don't know?
About what they was saying for real, you gotta ask my daddy on that. But at first I thought they were playing. Cause he
Mhm.
walked over, you know what I'm saying? You know, my daddy, he was smiling. Tim was smiling. It's cool. So I'm over here sitting down, I'm chilling. They got up or whatever, but they were still smiling. I kept looking back, they smiling, so everything cool. I'm watching the way in again. I turn around again. Tim got a little serious face on, so I stood up, just, you know what I'm saying? Everything pop off, you know. I got my daddy, you know what I'm saying? So regarding what they were saying, gotta have my daddy on that one.
Yeah, yeah. A
But
lot,
now
lot of people.
Tim, like I said, Tim walked over there to us.
So have y'all, got to talk to Tim Bradley after that whole altercation, or how did it end? Like, was it just you go your way and I go my way? What is it? What's going on now?
Now we just left it where it's at, man. We don't rock with Tim like that.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, and I'm getting it from you because you know the ins and outs. We just got to speculate. A lot of people speculate that it's about how Tim be commentating, like the biased things that he be saying, leading up to your fight. In particular, he do it to a lot of people. A lot of people got a problem with Tim Bradley just by the way he go about things.
Mhm.
Hey, my girl, she over here working. She shaking her head. She can't stand Tim Bradley. Hey, but
Yeah.
a lot of people have a problem with the way he commentates and the way that he becoming that fighter. So, what was it about on y'all part, or with your part?
Same thing, commentating. So like, even right now, I'm the champion, champion, all that kind of stuff. Congratulations, but at the same time, we still growing. You know what I'm saying? We ain't no perfect fighter. Nobody perfect, but you know what I'm saying? We still growing. If you get satisfied in your ways, that's when you finna lose. You feel me?
Mhm.
So he was just talking too crazy, and also, he was trying to get on my daddy real hard and stuff like that. But he was trying to get on my daddy real hard, and he was trying to get on me real hard. And it's just like it ain't no regular criticism. It's like you're doing too much. You feel me? So like now let's think about it from a dad perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like you talk about my little one pretty much. You feel me? So this ain't no regular dude. I just know this is my son, and you pretty much just straight bashing him. Like, hold up, the Quentin Randall fight. I know it's an ugly fight. I know that as well. But didn't you say I won that fight kind of easy?
Yeah, it was easy to me. You won
What?
that fight easy.
Now, it wasn't Quentin Randall like an Olympic captain and stuff, all that kind of stuff. But I
Mhm.
made that fight real easy at 22 years old. You feel me? So forget all the good that I'm doing the whole time. You just gonna bash me. That make a lot of sense. You feel me? So that's what the whole situation was about for real, for real. So Tim just some bull. You know what I'm saying? We ain't rocking with dude.
Right, right. I saw that you after I believe it was the same night. man, you let it be known, you know, you got a few fighters on your list at 147. In particular, Conor Benn. You called out Conor Benn, man. Tell us a little bit about that.
Actually, I changed my mind on all of that. So I was doing some thinking, and I was just thinking, hold up, I am the champion. Why am I trying to look back on little old Conor Benn when he ain't never did nothing for real, for real? So I ain't looking at dude no more. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got nothing I want for real. Now, of course, I ain't gonna hold you. I still want to go to the UK and get up and just tear him up a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you on that. So I do want that fight over there in the UK. But I ain't really stunting him like that because he ain't got nothing I want. I want the belts. I know that for a fact.
I like that fight. So at 147 right now, right, man, you got the WBO strap. You got Mario Barrios, I believe he got is he the WBC champion?
Yeah, WBC.
Okay, yeah, Mario Barrios got the WBC. Then you got Boots, the IBF. You got
Stanionis, WBA.
Yes, yep, Stanionis, the WBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, me, if you had, me, what I was gonna say is, the Boots, you and Boots fight, man. I look at that is if y'all gonna be in that division 147 and say that for later on down the line, right? Y'all know each other. Y'all know each other very well. You done went down there. You've trained with Boots. You've sparred him on multiple occasions, and so I think that's a big fight down the line. Mm-hmm. Now, as far as you, all those opponents, you said that you want the straps. You ain't really looking at nobody under you, right? Mm-hmm. What does the plan look like if you were able to pick? You can pick them all off.
I mean, they all got belts, so I want all the fights, plain and simple. I don't care who next. It's a belt on the line, so I want that belt. That's how I go about it. I don't care who in the ring with me. If you got a belt, give me that.
So it ain't no particular order. Just whoever comes. Okay.
Ain't no order.
Now, since you with Top Rank, and I know that Boots, Stanionis, and Mario Barrios, they all on PBC. Mm-hmm. Do you think that the size of the street shit is gonna get in the way of all that?
Not for real, for real. You seen with Eddie Hearn in Queensboro or something like that? What that little 6v6 thing they had just did? They can do stuff like that. You know, seen plenty of other fights where they mix and match promotions and all that kind of stuff. So I don't really believe in that stuff for real. I think people just want to make stuff hard. That A side, B side stuff. Of course, everybody want everything on their side, so people just too difficult to deal with. And of course, it sounds good to me saying it right now, but I put it sure I'm gonna have some kind of feelings myself at the same time. Like, boy, I ain't finna do all that crazy stuff. But now, so I feel like that's how it is for real. But regarding the promotion wise of it, I don't feel like that's really a problem. I think it's all about, we want this, we want that. I'm the guy, I'm that guy. No, I'm that. Some little kid stuff.
Okay, so
I think anything is possible though.
Stand on that on that topic, right?
Yeah.
You got Turkey Al-Sheikh, man. To me, he didn't bust the game wide open because he's the one that's pretty much bridging the gap, bringing in them dollar signs to where now, like you said, that's not a big factor like it was at one point, because at one point, that was a huge factor. If you over here with Top Rank and you got a belt and this next fighter over here with PBC or whatever it may be, a lot of them fights were, man, it was hard to get them fights made. But now Turkey Al-Sheikh, he done came in the game. And the great thing now is we see him even working with PBC now. And that surprised a lot of people. So, man, what's your take on Turkey Al-Sheikh and, the things that he's coming to boxing and he's doing?
Actually, I love everything he's doing. But let's also add in what you just said, the last question on the promotion side of everything like that. How when money step in, all that stuff don't even matter no more. So we all see it's all about money. That's all it's all about for real, for real. So when Turkey come into play, he's just throwing money out there. I don't care what promotion you with. I don't care what management you with. I don't care what city you in. Let's go get this money. So that's all it's about. All of this is about money for real. Ain't no love of the game no more.
Yeah, you right, man. You right about that, man. Uh, and it just showed you, man. Fighters want to get paid, and the thing is I think the main thing is and we hear Bob Arum say it all the time. These
Well,
promoters, they not willing to take chances. They a lot of times
yeah.
they're not willing to come out of their pocket to take chances.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the main thing, man. Now recently, right? I seen you you posted a photo and you was looked like you was training with Alberto Puyo and Edwin De Los Santos.
Yeah,
Um
that was before the fight. Yeah.
yeah, not too long ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Puyo, him and Gary Russell, man, they just had a hell of a fight. Did you get a chance to watch that fight?
I did. It was a real good fight, and the boy bad. Both of them,
So
actually, both of them bad for real, for real. But the better man won.
so I got a two-part question, right?
We good.
Now, the first question is you training, did you get to train with Puyo?
Nah, I just sparred both of them that same day. Pollo and De
Puyo.
Los Santos.
Okay, okay.
I sparred both of them the same day.
So my question is, being in the ring with Pollo, right? 140-pound champion now. Once again, he beat Gary Antoine Russell, got the upset, and we gonna
Mm-hmm.
get into that in a minute. But being in the ring with him, like, what did you take from that? Like, how good is he?
And now the boy nasty. You know what I'm saying? He good. They was already telling me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't really watch a lot of boxing, so I ain't really know who dude was. He looked familiar, like I seen him before, but to me, just another human being. But they told him he was a champion and stuff like that. I said, okay, cool. We got in. We had did 6 rounds. And it was 6 good rounds, and they said he was championship level and things of that nature. And like I said, it was good work. Then after that, I got Edwin De Los Santos for another 6 rounds. So I did 12 rounds back to back with two championship caliber fighters. And that's how I knew Gio couldn't mess with me. But for a fact, Puello, he got me ready for the fight. The boy nasty. That's all I can say.
Yeah, man. I went to the fight. You know what I'm saying? And Gary
Yeah,
Antoine is my guy. But I told everybody because a lot of people didn't know who Pollo was, right?
yeah,
And I told everybody, I said, man, this is gonna be a very tough fight for Antoine because dude can fight.
yeah.
Now, for me to make the judgment, because like I said, I was there watching it live. Um, very close fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to make no judgment. I think that Gary was when it comes to pressure, he was putting that pressure on. But
Mhm.
Pulio, man, he was sharp. I seen he
Yeah.
was very sharp, man. And did you notice that from him in sparring, like how sharp he was?
Oh yeah, he was on point for a fact. I can't say that. Watching the fight, I feel like Gary was just trying to be too aggressive, I guess. Like, just trying to force the situation because the boy he worked hard. So I feel like his whole thing is, of course, he's sharp as well, but his whole thing is also outworking you. So plain and simple, you can't take it. But the Puyo, he that dude as well. So he worked just as hard. He on point. He wait for you to mess up and stuff like that. So he took advantage.
Yeah, yeah. So you had him and Edwin De Los Santos, man, to get
Mhm.
ready.
Yeah,
And
that was my last sparring for the fight.
so like basically what you saying is you already know how it's gonna go down because your sparring partners, no disrespect, is better than this man that they building up to be the next WBO champion that you got to get in the ring with. You know,
The dude that's supposed to knock me out.
right, right.
Yeah.
Uh, now, man, watching the Gary Russell and Puyo, what did you think of that fight? You got to watch it on TV. Who did you have winning, and just break that down for us?
So actually, I ain't gonna hold you. Going into it, I was really going for Russell because I know a lot of people fold under pressure. As far as how much they applying, and I know for a fact Russell he apply a whole lot of pressure, but I didn't apply no stupid crazy pressure like Russell did.
Mhm.
So I didn't know how dude was gonna react to it. But the boy did his thing. So I was very surprised by that. Like you said, he was calming poised the whole time, counter punching him, catching him slipping. If Russell staying still too long, he looping that left and stuff like that. The boy was bad. He was on point. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? He took advantage of everything that he seen possible. I'm pretty sure he studied that man to the max.
So did you have him winning the fight? Because it's like I hear from a lot of people, and what I'm hearing is a lot of people saying that they think that Gary Antoine won, a very close decision. Who watching the fight on TV? Who did you have winning the fight?
I say the same thing, but going for Puello. It was a real good close fight, but I gave it like 1 or 2 rounds to a dude.
To Pollo.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like I said, man. To
To
keep it
me,
real,
to me, it was more so volume of punches or punches that count, like those stinging punches. And to me, of course, Russell always got the volume, but dude, he was landing those good ones. He was stiffing them up in there. You know what I'm saying? He was finding his way to get around everything. Like you can clearly see those punches counted. They mattered. While sometimes player he get caught on the shoulder, block it. Things like that.
okay. Yeah, like I said, man, I definitely got to go back and watch it because it was one of them. You didn't see fights live to where they too close to where you like, man,
Yeah,
I got to go back and watch it.
yeah.
It was just too close for me to call. But either way, it ain't no robbery. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no robbery.
No.
And he did enough to win. It was a close fight. Now, speaking of that card, right? We just gonna stay on that card, and then we're gonna get back to you. Speaking of that fight card, you had David Benavidez, right, against my man Volsdik, right?
Yeah,
Alexander Volsdik. Did you get a chance to watch that fight?
I did as well. Let me tell you something. I was so surprised. I thought Benavidez was a big dude. Until he done got in with that boy there. So the first round, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was scared from my boy Benavidez. I was scared out my mind. I said, cause dude come in all cut up and ripped and everything. Then you see how big he is compared to Benavidez. So I'm like, all right, now you in for one. And then he started off strong for real, like for the first 10 seconds. That's all I can say. And then after that, Benavidez said, forget everything you got going on. You finna catch this heat. But we all see the power ain't the same as 75. He was catching that boy clean, but that dude wasn't budging, not even 1%.
Yeah, man. Were you familiar with who Volsdik was before he fought Benavidez?
Yeah, because I was studying, what's my dude name? Better BF and
Mhm.
stuff like that. And I seen, that's the only fight I ever seen of him. And I know Better BF, a whole nother everything. You feel me? So, and I seen how good he was actually doing against him. You know what I'm saying? So once I seen that, I like, all right, Benavidez in for one. But then I think he 37 years old now. So I was saying he may be a little bit off. But then I seen what shape he came in. I said, okay, he still got it, but probably even more. So I know about him though.
Yeah, man. When I was at the weigh-in, right, I was like right there by the stage on the side. Man, I
Yeah,
seen him. I looked at my girl. I said, "Yeah, dude in some shape.
yeah,
Like, dude is in some shape." And I think what helped Volstik out because people don't realize, man, Volstik was that guy at light heavyweight for a lot of years. He
yeah,
was he was kind of he was the boogeyman before Bitterbeef.
yeah. He was
And
supposed to be the next big thing.
yeah, he remember he put Adonis Stevenson, man. He's the one that put Adonis Stevenson in the hospital,
Oh
put him in the
dang.
coma and all of
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I never forget watching that fight because that Volsdik versus Adonis Stevenson, it happened on the same night with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, the first fight. And
yeah,
I was at the Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fight in the Staples Center, and the Volsdik and Superman Adonis Stevenson fight was going on during the prelims of the Tyson Fury and Wilder. So
hmm,
everybody had kind of left out of the stadium and went up top in the Staples Center. It's a big TV area, and it was like, man, it was hundreds of people crowded around watching Volsdik and Adonis Stevenson fight, and we seen, man, Volsdik, he just he did Adonis Stevenson bad, man. And like
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, much praise go out to Adonis Stevenson. We know what happened to him. That ended his career. But Volstik was that guy. You know,
Yeah.
and he lost to Bitterbeef, still in his prime, and he
Yeah.
just left the sport of boxing. So
Yeah.
I think that him leaving boxing for like 5 years, I think it kind of preserved him.
Oh, he ain't fought since then?
Well, he left boxing for 5 years, and then he came back probably like a year and a half ago, and he's had like two kind of like 2 or 3 warm up fights.
Yeah, no, he tripping, boy. Just 'cause he lost to better BF now, say he a future legend. So just 'cause he lost to him don't mean that, man. Step back in the ring.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
was, and to keep it real, that was Better BF's toughest fight to this day was Volstik,
Big
still to this
time.
day.
Yeah.
So just to give people history on who Volstik was, because going into what me and you was talking about earlier with yourself, now David Benavidez, he getting a whole lot of criticism, like, oh, he need to go back down to 168. Ain't no way he beats Canelo. He's
Mm-hmm.
trash. He showed that, and you know, all that talk, bro. That's all you hear now. And
Yeah.
because they don't know who Volstik is. They think that
Mm-hmm.
Benavidez, they think that
Benavidez.
Benavidez, he was just in there fighting some type of Rudy Poop bum. And I'm trying to tell
Mm-hmm.
people, like, no, this dude is really, he was a great fighter at 175.
The real
Um,
deal.
yeah, now he getting the criticism like we was talking about earlier. And I got a chance to talk to David Benavidez pops, and I'm pretty sure you heard it too. But he was hurt in that fight. Like they said that they was about to pull out of the fight.
Who? Dude.
Benavidez,
For it?
Benavidez, he was hurt. He had a torn ligament down his hand, like
Yeah.
right here. Uh, and then he had a cut that he suffered in training camp. So
I did see that. Yeah.
yeah. So they said that he wasn't able to spar, like for the whole last part of training camp because he was hurt. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so and that's his first fight at 175. But
Yeah.
yeah, great fight, man. Let's go to the main event, man. What you think about Frank Martin and Gervonta Davis? First of all, how did you see that fight playing out before they fought? And what did you see in that fight?
So actually, pretty much how I seen it happening, it was I knew for a fact it was gonna be a good fight. But I was expecting Frank doing the same thing he did, but I thought Tank was gonna be throwing, just a little bit more punches in the early rounds. I thought it could be more competitive in the early rounds, but to me, Frank was winning the early rounds off rip. But then he stopped moving. I don't know what he did that for, but the boy stopped moving. And then life happened. That's all I can say. But going into the fight, I really didn't have a winner on it at all for real. 'Cause like I seen the look at Frank, he wanted it bad. You know what I'm saying? This is life changing, things of that nature. Of course they got history. So he wanted to fight bad. So I know for a fact, even with the clinch and stuff and everything like that, he wanted to win real bad. He wanted to take this dude's head off. So I thought it was a real good fight. He done sat still on the rope. Life happened.
Yeah, yeah, man. Like you said, man, he came out with a beautiful game plan. Then he
Mhm.
started trapping himself in the ropes, and you can't do that with a fighter on the level of Tank. They gonna figure out that
Yeah.
they're doing the same thing, and what it's gonna be from there. Hell of a
Mhm.
fight card though, man. But let's go back to you. Let's go back to you, man. When are you getting back in the ring? Have you heard anything? Do you know anything?
Man, I know just as much as y'all right now. I ain't gonna hold you. I got that itch right now, but they won't feed me, man. They won't let me scratch it. I want to step back in the ring, but we ain't got no news right now.
So while you out of the ring, right? What's your regimen like? You still training every day? What's going on?
Big time. I did 16 rounds of sparring earlier today, so the grind don't stop. Just because I'm a champion, I'm supposed to sit back and get satisfied and get fat, boy. No. Pernell Whitaker said it's easy to win a belt. I mean, it's easier to win the belt. It's harder to defend it. You know what I'm saying? Because now everybody literally coming after you. Now and then, of course, with my past, whatever people think I'm the wink link, they think I'm also Rudy Poo, little dude or something like that. So they trying to target me. I know how the game go, but I'm gonna learn you something when we step in the ring. That's all I know. So as soon as I came back from the fight, I got back on Sunday. I did chill out for that day, sit back, relax. But that Monday, my boy Najee, you probably know him. He down there in
Yeah,
Florida.
yeah, that's my guy.
My boy Najee, he came up to you know what I'm saying, celebrate with me. We had went out to get some food, but he said something about running 6 miles. I can't get comfortable. Like I said, I just won the belt. I ran 6 with him. You know what I'm saying? The day after that, ran Stone Mountain. Day after that, you know what I'm saying? It's just consistent work. I just won the fight of my life. I can't rest now. You know what I'm saying? You know how you be dreaming forever about that big moment? Okay,
Mhm.
cool. The big moment happened. But for some reason, I wasn't satisfied because I know for a fact this ain't it. My career is not over. This is literally, to me, the start of my career. That's how I look at it. So everything I did in the past, congratulations. It's time to triple that. You know what I'm saying? Go 10 times as hard. So that's how I'm coming on my next fight.
So it sounded to me winning this strap, it didn't do nothing but make you more hungrier than you already was.
Big time. And then um the way people still talk about me a little bit, they'll boo me at the fight for obvious reasons because I turned it on dude. But it just fed me more. I ain't gonna hold you. And then the whole altercation with Tim, he had said something that fired up me a little bit more and stuff like that. So you know what I'm saying? I just like shutting people up. That's my whole thing. I just like proving everybody wrong. I get joy out of it. I thrive off negativity, plain and simple. So I need to step back in the ring. That's it.
So I know you say you ain't heard nothing. You don't know who they gonna have you fight. You think it's just gonna be, like a kind of like a title defense, because we was talking about unification bouts earlier with the other champions. You
Yeah.
see it pretty much more so being just a title defense
Yeah,
in
probably.
house.
But the way I look at it, Top Rank got a new champion. They probably want to, celebrate that for a little bit. So let me knock a few heads off for a little minute and then do like a little unification bout. But at the same time, Top Rank, they don't care. If you want a hard fight, they'll give you one. So of course we pushing for that hard fight. So hopefully we can do a unification bout. But if not, it'll be somebody weak like Conor Benn or something.
Hey, I wouldn't expect you to say that, man. Hey, you crazy as hell, man. That's a hell of a fight, though. That's a big fight. I think that's
Yeah.
a big fight, man. Conor Benn, that's a big fight. That's an action-packed fight because Conor Benn only know how to fight one way, and that
Mhm.
played right into the way that you want him to fight. He know how to fight. He gonna try to bang. He gonna try to outdog you, and I see that fight going the same way that your last fight went.
Worse. It's gonna go worse, man. He ain't rocking with me. Dude can't bang. For real, for real. He can't. If he ain't got them eggs in his system, the boy can't bang. We all know that. But like I said, we ain't tripping on dude. I'm trying to get these belts. He ain't got nothing for me. But if they want to fight over in the UK, you know what I'm saying? They got a little money behind it. Let's run it. Besides that, I want these belts, man.
Yeah, man, I could feel that, man. I could feel that. Have you looked at the landscape talking about in-house fights, right? Because like you said, you looking at the situation on how Top Rank is looking at the situation in their eyes. They got a new champion on their stable. And so a lot of times you see, they'll give you, a couple fights before they give you the big fight, and it'll be in-house fights. Have you looked at the
Mhm.
stable at the 147-pound division on Top Rank? Have you scoped the stable out?
Not one bit. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm just looking at the best of the best. I'm looking at myself as well. So like, of course, you can watch all these other fighters and stuff, but how about you study yourself? What you need to work on? You feel me? So if you at your best self, whatever they do, it don't matter. So I'm really studying myself the most right now. I ain't gonna hold you.
Man, it's crazy, man, because to think about it, you only 23 years old, right?
Hmm.
I'm sitting here. in my head, like, you need to mentor some of these other younger fighters, man, because the way that your mind frame, the way that you thinking, a lot of these fighters don't think like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they let the dollar sign get in their way, and that's what derails a lot of these fighters, momentum when they on the up and coming. And so, man, have you ever, like, do you try to talk to fighters? I know you still young yourself, so I don't want to say younger fighters, because a lot of these fighters that we talking about, they the same age as you. Some of them, a lot of them older than you. But I mean, you could be a good mentor to a lot of these fighters too, man.
Yeah. So to me, age don't really mean nothing. Knowledge is everything. So
Right.
I go talk to a 2-year-old because they got something I can learn. What can that be? They got imagination. A lot of older people, they lost their imagination. So just because somebody, you know what I'm saying, they might be younger or older than you, that don't mean nothing. What their brain look like, you feel me? So I have been talking to a whole lot of people out here in GA, boxing wise. I've been going on runs at Stone Mountain. I'll take somebody hit me, they trying to pick my brain out, and I help them out, plain and simple. Like, of course, people want to be a champion as well, and I am willing to help. I'm willing to give out all the game. I don't care if you out of state or in state, no matter what. I'm giving out this game. The better you get, that mean I gotta fight you one day. So that mean the better I gotta get. You feel me? Also, the way I go about it is you gotta practice what you preach. If I tell you to do something, that means I gotta do it myself. So the more that I say something, the more that I gotta do it, I gotta live it, and I gotta breathe it. So that's why I love giving out game. Knowledge just means nothing if you don't spread it. You gotta make the world better, not worse. Stop holding on to everything. What you being stingy for? What you being stingy for? Tell the world what you got. Tell them what you know. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what the next generation look like. Let's see how much better can they get. Can you produce another you to give the next generation a whole lot of game as well? So, you know what I'm saying? Stop trying to hold back on the knowledge. Just pass it out there.
Man, I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more.
Mm.
Now, like you said, you waiting to see what they giving to you next. You don't know. How's your regimen, man? Because you at 147 now. You the
Yeah.
champ. How, I ain't gonna say easy, but how's it for you to make 147? Do you have a hard time? You keep your weight at a consistent, like, low, around what, 10 pounds? I mean, like, how is all of that for
A,
you?
a good 10, a good 10. But actually I'm trying to get it down to 5, so I could just go on a quick run, go to the bathroom. I'm on weight. That's what I want to do. But right now just 10 pounds over for real. But ain't no issue at all making weight at all.
Okay, okay. Because you was at 140 before. You was
Yeah,
fighting, 140 and then catch weights and things like that.
I was 17 years old. Let me tell you something. I ain't making 40 no more. That's out the question. Matter of fact, I ain't even doing a catch weight at 46. I'm gonna tell you that too. Forget all of that. I'm going 47 on the dot.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
don't have no problems making weight, man. Okay.
Nah.
Yeah, man. Devin Haney, man, he been, talking about he's coming to 147, man. What you think about that?
But I definitely love that fight. I ain't gonna hold you. I love everything he got going on. You see, he got his daddy. I
Yep.
like their whole little relationship and things of that nature. You see how me and my daddy rocking. So I respect dude hustle all day long. But when we step in that ring, I gotta get mine. Plain and simple. So he can get this work too.
So that's a fight that you can definitely see happening down the line in the
Actually,
future.
I actually think it will happen one day because we both young. I think he 3 years older than me. I think he like 26 if I ain't mistaken.
Mhm.
So he's still young. He's still growing as well. I'm doing the same thing. So eventually, I think that fight will happen. And then you see, actually, he get bigger than me. For that Regis fight, he was bigger than what I walk around at. So yeah, no, he's just a big dude. So I think that fight will happen one day.
Man, some of them dudes at 140 is big. I just seen Ryan Garcia was right next
Mhm.
to him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And people thought I was tripping when I said he was walking around. He had to be at least 195 to 205.
Yeah.
Like, some of them dudes be getting big, man. And do you keep a consistent diet, or you just eat what you want to?
Nah, I'm real consistent with mine. Now, of course, out of camp, I play around a little bit, but not no. I don't pig out. So now I used to pig out in the past, And I done learned my lesson with that. I done gained 30 pounds in 5 days. You feel me?
Damn.
How is exactly how is that even possible? You know what I'm saying? Just being stupid. Too much Waffle House. But it be too seasoned though. That food be too seasoned though. But now I be chilling on all of that because it sounds good. You fighting at 140, rehydrate up to 195 and stuff like that. It sounds good, but later on it's gonna tax your body. You get what I'm saying? So what people don't realize, if you stay low in weight or stay on weight, Marvin Hagler, he always walked around 160. And then you see how hard he looked at all times. Your body get used to being a certain weight, and now it's all about getting stronger at that exact weight. It's all about being more efficient at that weight. So now you keep going up and down, up and down, up and down. James Toney, one of my favorite fighters, but we seen how that affected him. You feel me? So he one of my top five all time, but we seen what food can do to you. So be disciplined. Matter of fact, history always repeats itself. You feel me? So read all these books, see what's going on. Floyd Mayweather, Bernard Hopkins, they lasted a long time because they stayed in shape at all times. What I just said about Marvin Hagler, they stayed
Yep.
in shape at all times. That's their whole thing. Like, for example, taking time off from the gym. I don't really like taking time off from the gym either because we all know getting in shape is the worst feeling ever. So instead of
Man.
getting in shape, just improve on the shape that you're already in. You feel me? So
Consistency.
plain and simple,
Yep.
discipline and consistency will take you so far if you just sit there and do it. You know what I'm saying? You control you. You put the donut down, man. You know, plain and simple. You control you. You put the donut in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So get up. You don't feel like getting up, but get up anyway. You control your 2 feet. Go hit the road. Go get the miles in. You feel me? You come back, eat a good little breakfast. You know what I'm saying? And carry on with your day. Go and do your little thug whiz out and relax and chill. Plain and simple. Live a simple life.
Yeah, man. Man, y'all smash the like button. Brian Norman in here dropping gems for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He in here dropping gems, man, for everybody. And man, with a mindset like that, you're gonna be great because you already got that part of the game down. They say boxing is 80% mental, you
I
know,
say 90. I ain't gonna hold you.
90% mental. But
Mhm.
but but exactly. And if your mental ain't right, if you're not living a boxer's life, a fighter's lifestyle, it's eventually gonna catch up with you. And we see that a lot in boxing, man. We see that a lot. A lot of these fighters, man, they
Mhm.
want to get up and train and get in shape when they get that phone call.
Yeah. But
But
too late now, Jack. It's too late.
messing with somebody like
Yeah.
you already 20 steps behind me. I'm already ready.
Mhm.
Now all I got to do is sharpen
Yeah.
sharpen my tools.
Yeah. So a lot of people in training camp, they're not even training for the fight. They training to make weight and get in shape. That's it. Forget the opponent. I'm just here to make weight and get in shape. So like I was just saying a minute ago, I'm studying myself. I ain't got an opponent lined up right now. I'm studying myself. What do I need to work on? Cool. That's what I'm working on right now. Then when the fight come up, okay, I worked on me. So now let's bundle all that work we put in together and come up with a game plan on how to stop this man in front of us. You feel me? So now I'm more sharper, and then I'm more sharper for my exact opponent. You feel me? So stop being stupid. I don't know no better way to explain it. Get your mind right, player. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people they have step it. Is they love the looks and the looks of being a boxer and all that kind of stuff, but they just don't know how hard being a boxer really is. You know, there's a lot of people who just flaking and trying to be social media fighters and just posting and stuff like that. Now I got a bad habit of not posting enough on Instagram. I'm trying to change it, but
Mhm.
I just can't get into it for real because I feel like people fake it too much. They not about it, and I feel like it'll seep into me as well. How many likes I got, how many comments I got. I gotta do
Man,
follows. Forget all of
preach.
that. Yeah, this ain't about likes, follows, and stuff like that. It's all about taking folks' heads off. You gotta realize you fighting for your life. People in that ring trying to kill you. What you just said about Adonis Stevenson, they trying to kill you. This ain't
Mhm.
no game. This is real deal, real spill. You know what I'm saying? So stop playing these games and take it serious. It ain't really that hard for it. It's all simple. That's what people don't realize. It's simple. Run 10 miles. Just move your feet. That's all 10 miles is. Move your feet. That's all it is. Eat right. You got fast food right here, and you got home cooked food right here. You trying to tell me you can't wait just 2 more minutes and go cook that? You can't wait 2 more minutes to go cook that? And you know for a fact you're gonna feel a whole lot better, whole lot more energy. You're gonna feel better tomorrow, feel like you can do even more tomorrow. It's simple. Stop you making your own life hard when you thinking about it. What if this? What if that? Relax, chillax. You know what I'm saying? And get your mind right.
Nah, that's real talk. Real talk,
Mhm.
man. Your pops, man, real quick.
Yeah.
Is it just you and your pops training, or do you have, other people, other trainers, in addition to you, in addition to your pops?
No, it's just me and my pop a lot, man. That's all it is. Now, strength and conditioning. I used to do that a whole lot, but well, started off with my daddy. I took everything he did and took it to the extreme. And then now I got my boy Jeek. That's my dog. But ex-Marine, he body. He throwed all the way off even more than me. And that's why I love training with him. So now he my strength and conditioning coach.
Man, some of the Marines, man, some of their training methods, man. I took some of their training methods. I used to have a partner. He was a ex-Marine, and he showed
Mhm.
me some stuff, man. They got some workouts for your ass for real.
Big time. Look, this man had me doing about 500 push-ups, right? This was just the very first workout of the day. We're doing 500 push-ups. So okay, cool. What's next, coach? Burpees. You go down, push up, come back down, and like we don't really do account. We do time. So it's all about how much can you do. It's all about catching that burn and fighting through that burn. It's like imagine he always said this. We fighting for those last 4 rounds. And those last 4 rounds when your arms tied, you dead and stuff like that. This the stuff that Ali went through when you gotta have that. This ain't even just no championship level. This is legendary level. You get what I'm saying? To have those that final push, both of y'all dead, but you gotta have that final push to push them off the edge while you still
Yeah.
cool. You get what I'm saying? So that's what we train for. We don't really do reps. We do time because we're gonna get you dead tired and we finna make you keep on going. And we ain't finna be half step. We going all the way in. If the workout for 10 minutes and you get tired in 30 seconds, oh well. If you had 9 minutes and 30 seconds of hell, that's all I know.
Yeah, man. Since you started your new strength and conditioning, right? What's
Yeah.
different that you noticed in the ring?
The main thing I love to train for is this up here, the mental. So like you were just saying to me, is 90% mental, 10% physical. So of course my physical is definitely there. But now the mental aspect of it too, of I don't care what you got going on, I'm gonna break your chest in. Plain and simple. So that's what I see when I step into the ring right now. I don't care who you is, I don't care what weight, I don't care what you got going on. You finna break. I don't care. Plain and simple. You finna break and you finna quit.
And that's because you know how you working, they ain't working like that.
So in the Giovanni fight, this another thing I peeped as well, the championship level. I was thinking it was just some big thing and it was so hard to reach and stuff like that. But in the fight, I was holding back and I started realizing he was getting tired while I'm chilling. I said, this is the championship level. I done trained and waited my whole life for this, and it was this easy, for real, for real. So that's when I started pushing it around like 7, 8, and 9 because I was like, this is it. Okay, let me just go on and wipe this man out the water then. So going into the next fight, I'm finna be even more shape, even more hungry, more everything. I'm finna dog walk dude, whoever step in the ring.
So let me ask you, man, because like we both seen, like the world seen, they brought you in there to get beat, to be the underdog. Since you won and after you won, what was the vibes like, with the people at top rank?
I don't know, everything cool. I remember that because I pulled up to that fight. What I just said, Xander, everything. No, it's all love with everybody except him, but love with everybody.
Yeah, so you kind of pretty much get the vibe that they happy that you pulled off the upset.
Some like yeah, some of them, most of them actually, most of them.
Okay, have
It's
they?
a lot of shocked face. I ain't gonna say they mad I won, but it's a lot of shocked faces. Like, boy, you pulled that off. So I see a whole lot of that, but everybody definitely. I can't say everybody happy for me.
And dude, they talking about no rematch, is he?
Nah, not at all.
Not at all. Not at all. Man, and we got some fights coming up, man. Before we get you off, you got any fights that you looking forward, to as just from a fan's perspective?
I can't even think of no fights right now, Shawty. I ain't gonna hold you. But I know one thing. Errol Spence, my dog. Let it go, man. Please. You hurt me on your last fight, man. I ain't gonna lie. You hurt me. Just let it go, man. I don't want to see you like that no more. I don't even care if you can dog walk, dude. I don't even want to have somebody attempt to do it. Let it go. Retire. That's all I can say. No other fighters. I can't really think about nobody else for real.
That's that EJ. That's my guy too, man.
Yeah.
And I want to talk to you about that real quick, right? Because something that's bothered me with EJ, right, I can't even say it's bothering me, but it's like, he probably gonna fight Sebastian Fundora next, right? Sebastian Fundora, that dude can fight. He ain't no punk. Like Sebastian Fundora, he can fight. He ain't no punk, right? And anytime I would say, yeah, EJ gonna go in there and stop this guy, right?
Yeah.
But now, when I hear, because we've just gotten done talking about boxing, you said it's 90% mental, right? Now, when I hear EJ talk, he don't seem like he got that fire like that in him no more. Like I heard him talking, and it was an interview that he did, right? During, a couple weeks ago when he was doing interviews because Frank Martin, had his fight coming up or whatever.
Yeah.
And I believe it was that Friday before the fight, he did an interview, and they asked him about, him saying that he might be one fight and done. And like just his energy and the response that he gave, he was just
It wasn't there. It wasn't there.
Yeah, it wasn't there. You know what I'm talking about. You see what I'm talking about, right? And he was like, shit, one fight, probably, two at the most, but and he was basically saying, I really don't want to do this shit no more.
I'm just trying to get paid.
I'm gonna get one more payday and maybe two at the most, and I really don't want to do this shit no more. And me watching Errol Spence his whole career, I ain't never seen that out of him. And so what gets me, what I'm saying, I don't want to say afraid, but what puts me brings my antennas up is that I don't like to see fighters when they got one foot out of the sport already, when they basically already got in their mind, like, I'm just doing this shit for another paycheck, because it ain't nothing you can play with and you can get hurt. And that's kind of what I see when I hear Errol Spence talk. So
let's also add the fact he ain't even got the man that brought him all this way no more. Derek James. He ain't even got dude no more. It's too much off right now. I can't. Please, Spence, let it go. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. He ain't got Derek James in his corner no more. The man don't train him this far. So this, if he do fight, I believe this will be the last one. Who knows how you gonna look? You don't even know how you gonna look for real, because you ain't got the man that trained you to get this far. So
yeah, and did you see that not only with him not having Derek James, did you get that vibe from just you hearing him, talk?
Yeah, so I studied Spence, and like Spence is my guy. Like he was, you know how so when Roy Jones got knocked out, when Mike Tyson got knocked out, that's how I felt when Spence got knocked out. It was TKO. It was just it hurt. It hurt my spirit. And I was watching it with some Terrence Crawford fans, and he'll rubbed it all in my face and stuff. That didn't make it no better.
Yeah.
But so I studied Spence a lot. If you go back to way back in the past, let's say around the Kell Brook time, or even in the midst of all of that, Sharp season, he started all of that. He still talked the same way as far as vernacular, the way he pronounced and things of that nature, but he had energy behind it. Now he like, hey, whatever happens, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make sure my kids straight. It ain't there no more. That fire. So I do peep that big time, and it hurt my spirit. Let it go. Just let it go, man.
And to make a comparison, we started hearing Wilder talk like that, and then we seen it. What happened. Same thing. Same thing, man. So yeah, I feel the same exact way, man. Brian, man, I ain't gonna keep you no longer, man. I know you're busy, man. I know you're already and put in them rounds earlier. Man, you got anything that you want to let the fans know before you get up out of here?
Hey man, just stay tuned in. You seen what I did on the last one. The next one gonna be the best one until the one after that. But you know what I said, we on the road, man. We keep on going, we keep on striving. I'm the target that can't be hit, plain and simple. So we out here catching bodies, man. That's all I know. I see you when I see you.
Yes, sir, man. And you know, man, it's always gonna be love and support over here, man. Win, draw, or no contest, because there ain't no losing. You know what I'm saying?
Best believe.
Because it ain't no losing, you know, but we rock with you, man, all the way, right, all the time. And man, you're gonna have to pull back up, man, when you find out what you got going on, and you already know, man, it's all love over here.
I got your boss at all time, man. I appreciate that, pimp.
Yes, sir, man. All right, B.
All right.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all smash the like button. It don't get no realer than that, you know. It don't get no realer than that, man. Brian Norman, with a mindset like that, how can you not become great?